In the last video, we looked at the geometric approach to polygonal numbers. In this one, we'll look at the algebraic approach, which will involve solving for that formula that I wrote in the past video. X minus 2, and then we have n squared minus x minus 4 n. And that over 2 will give us the answer. So what I've written here is written down a column for n, term of n, and term of n over n for triangular numbers. So the first triangular number is 1, the second one is 3, third one is 6, fourth 10, fifth 15, and then here I've divided t sub n over n, and I've gotten 2 over 2, 3 over 2, 4 over 2, 5 over 2, 6 over 2, and that would continue. So if I want to find a formula for term n, that's given by term n over n times n, right? That's just a simple statement. Now term n over n is given by, the denominator is always 2, but the numerator is given by, it looks like it's given by n plus 1, right? So it's going to be n plus 1 over n. N plus 1, n plus 1 times n all over 2. And that is the formula we found in the last video. Now let's do the same idea for square numbers. So we'll do that right here. Square numbers. So n, term n over n. And we'll just do that really fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that much. So 1, 4, 9, 16. And here's 1 over 1, 4 over 2. This is going to be 6 over 2. This is going to give us 4, which is 8 over 2. And this is 2 over 2. So it looks like in this case, you have to double each of the n's to find term of n. So again, we know that term of n equals term of n over n times n, and this is given by n, and so you have to double it. So you double it on top, and then 2n over 2 times n. So this is given by 2n squared over 2, which is just n squared. And going like that, we can find any polygonal number formula we want. So now let's find out how to derive the one for the general statement. So for pentagonal numbers, let's just solve it for pentagonal numbers. So I found the pentagonal formula. It's quantity 3n minus 1 times n over 2. So if we take all these formulas and write them up here, and then I expanded all of them, and I wrote 0n here for a reason, then we get that the coefficient of n squared on each of them is the number of sides of this polygon minus 2. So we see that if x is the number of sides, then it's x gone. Then it's x minus 2 n squared. Then we find that the coefficient of n is given by 4 minus x. Because we see that here 4 minus 3 is 1, 4 minus 4 is 0, 4 minus 5 is negative 1. So I wrote that here, and I wrote negative. So the full formula would be x minus 2 n squared minus x minus 4 n all over 2. And that will give you the formula, and that's going to give you the nth term of your x gone. So that's how we use the algebraic method to solve for these things.